I've got something that I have been using for 2.5 decades now. I started using this because I had classes where I wanted students to cut perpendicular to the face and to the top and parallel to the outside face if they were mortising something like a table leg or something like that, and they could never get it quite right. So I came up with a guide, and this is the one I use in the everyday of life. These are ones, I've got a set here going from 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch. And what we do is we add a piece of wood to here. And in this case, I've got more of a luxury version here. I've got some hard wearing surface on the outside. And then the distance for this one was 3/8 of an inch in. So this top section is 3/8 and it's simply glued to the face of the plywood. But you can use solid wood. So when we're using the guide, let me give you a quick demonstration on how the guide works. This goes up against the piece of wood that you're mortising, be that a table leg or whatever. Go low in the vise so it's clamped nice and firm across along the length. And then we take our chisel and we start chopping, and we're lining up with the face of the guide. So we chop, and then when we've gone so far, we just start levering out the waste, and this will keep this face of the chisel parallel to the edge, and we end up with a very nice clean mortise all the way along the piece of wood, and it cuts it pristinely. So the distance on this will be the distance you want in from the edge of your table or your door or whatever else. Now making this can't get simpler, because all I've done is I've taken a piece of very stout wood. So in this case I'm just using oak, but almost any wood will do. I've got my grain running vertically for when it goes in the vise, so it's got the greatest resistance. If I go this way, the wood does flex more this way. And then this one, I'm going across the grain like this. And this is good wear. When I go with the chisel, I'll get better resistance this way than I will if the grain was vertical, because there are grain striations in here that will grab the chisel. So all I do now is take some glue and glue the one piece to the other and put it in the vise. And I don't think you could get a simpler guide than this. I've used it for years, and thousands of students have used it all the way through my classes. And this is a perfect guide for anybody to set up. And you can make sets of these, because generally we work in from the edge of a table or a door or something by increments of maybe 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch. In this case, this is 3/8. Clamp this in the vise, make sure it doesn't slip, and then leave it there for roughly an hour, and then you can start using your guide for the next few years. It's a wonderful way to make sure your mortise holes are exactly where they need to be.